flesh where the old father's eye no longer gleams. Winds from the north carve the fjord of broken dreams. Inside the longhouse the whale-road's traveler sits in gloom, while the breath of the ice giant frost seals the village's doom. And not to valleys in Kemper waving of a weird, a wingless raven falls, a herald of the Norns' cruel design. Upon the bloodstone the runes begin to weep in crimson line. My shield mate walks the path of Jell where no sunlight stays. I clutch the Vegvísir saging paths through the bone-white haze. The gates of Helheim aware to eagle web of iron and biting frost. To the hall of the pilgrim Helheim I seek the soul I lost. No Valhalla calls my name, no feast of Aesir in the sky. I am the Stormbird warrior who chooses where to attack. I come to Vali, Hela Nubalia. Descending to Nastran where the serpent's spit turns to ice. I offer no silver, for my lifeblood is the only price. The Jalabrush's gold roof, but colder than the grave. Modgod stands silent, watching the wolf of the wave. Sailor, behave, I raise my voice of thunder against the silent death. Coils rife like vipers beneath my freezing skin. The Urlog is written where do the living end and the dead begin. I see her shadow, a mist-born ghost in the gates of bone. But the iron shackles of hell claim what is hers alone. I lay the sun guide upon the floor of eternal rime. A final blows of breath echoing through the halls of time. The Drakkar of souls departs, leaving no wake behind. Only the sorrow of the skulls for the love that fade and wane. I lay the sun guide upon the floor of eternal rime. The sun guide upon the floor of eternal rime. I lay the sun guide. I lay the sun guide. I lay the sun guide.
The fjord's cold breath haunts the Yorkshire air, where the sunstone fails and the sky lays bare. No longhouse fire, no meat, only the wired and the hunger for the deed. The North Sea ghosts in the ironclad breast as the Drakkar's children face their final rest.
A lone raven perches on the mast of bone, shadows of Aesir on the stepping stones. The Norns are weaving with threads of blood as the horse of the wave sinks in Saxon mud. Harald stands tall, a giant of ice, ready to pay the bluff's heavy price. Cross the bridge where the shield wall breaks, for the glory of Odin, for the souls he takes. Let the runes be carved in the English clay, the ever out dragons and his fading away through the Bifrost light.
berserker, a mountain of scars, defying the god who went and under the stars. No mail shirt needed, just a Dan axe swing. Hear the lust cry, hear the iron ring. The sweat of war flows in the Derwent spit as Carls and Jarls pile the mountain of death.
Betrayal from below, a hidden spear sting. The Urlug tightens around the great king. Hardrada falls, the Scaldi is still. A red moon rises over the killing hill. The young of Utar bleeds on the stone. The Northmen stand,
And they stand alone.
the Nar is burning on the distant shore. The age of the wolf is a myth of yore. Echoes of scouts in the winter wind sigh. Under the Hellam or the open sky. The bridge is silent,
The saga is spun. The setting of the last northern sun.
Frost bites deep into the limestone fjord, where shadows swallow the hull of the Jarl. Beside the hearth, in silence sits the thrall, while I spin the wool for the waves steed low. Stains the altar from the midnight glowed. I cast the runes of Algiz in the ash, but Hagalaz rises where the embers clash, as the All-Father Odin weaves the law. Spun on the loom of the deep, where the battle sweat rains on the iron shore. To the golden halls of Valhalla he will soar, amongst the Aesir where no mothers weep.
The wave stallion
Choked with salt and wood smoke, where drakars slumber, their dragon heads cold. A raven of Odin with eyes stained in slaughter watches the carls as the omens unfold. The sky shield is laden, no stars for the seeker, only the breath of hell freezing the bone. The call of the Norns, the jarls, Nefatal pieces are shattered in silence. A whisper, a weird in the creak of the hull. Adic lifts the bone of the hawk to his parched lips.
The sunstone is heavy, a star trapped in stone. Oh soul, hidden daughter behind the cloud wall, guide the sea steed through the North Sea is wide foam, through the blood fires, hunger and the spirit in of waves. We carve the runes of the brave on a path to the throne. From the depths of Helheim we rise to the light, led by the crystal,
the eye of the night. The whale road rises a titan in fury, shields on the gun while bitten by frost. Berserker hearts thunder against the black water in the
dwelling of anger where mercy is lost. No eyes of the night sky
to guide our long journey, only the sweat of the brow and the salt of the deep.
Though the mist is a shroud, but the spirit is fire. Eric holds high, the light bringer's bone. The sunstone awakes, a spark in the darkness, a splinter of Valhalla in a world made of stone.
The sunbeam pierces the lead shield of heaven.
Oh soul, hidden daughter behind the cloud wall, guide the sea steed through the North Sea's wide foam, through the blow fires, hunger and the spear in a waves. We carve the runes of the brave on a path to the throne. From the depths of Helheim
We rise to the north. The fjord is far behind, a new land is breathing. The sunstone grows cold on the high seat of old. We leave but a whisper, a song for the scouts of the horses of sinking,
and the hearts made of gold.
The grey fjord awakes under Jotun's cold sigh, where Suramu chokes the light from the sky. No vong vong vang on a carl's weary hand, just the sweat of the earth for this bitter land. The bone singer calls through the longhouse smoke, as the daughter of ash dies in the heart as yoke. Kirkwad encircles a shadow of Odin's thought, of the long winter's white terror we've bought. We read the runes carved in the sleeper of earth. The weird is a path we must walk all alone.
blessing, we have nothing to hide. From the North Sea spray to the fjords deep vein, our blood rain falls to conquer the grain.
The wood biter screams against the ancient oak in a shield wall of labor through the timber and smoke. The berserker of hunger, the grey walker appears, but a carl knows no hard cold in his years. Steel meets the moon dog's throat in the mud, a blot for the furrow, a tribute of blood. The Norns weave the urlug, the thread thin and red between the world of life and the path of the dead. Our sea steed waits by the silver of waves, but today our glory is the land that we save. The sunstone is dark, the heavens' candles shine bright as a blood fires flicker in the north winter night. We leave no sagas of gold or of kings, but the gold of the field that the springtime brings.
Rest now, O brothers of iron, in the fjords deep rest. In the fjords deep
The shadows of Midgard, deep in the fjord where stone giants keep their sleep. The North Sea breeze, a shroud of violet mist so deep. The Jarl's hall whispers, honey wine turns to wine. As the word weaves a pattern, a cold and dark device, the Conan of the sea waits in the biting gale under the gaze of Odin's bird, silent and pale. The call of the anvil.
The sunstone is blinded, the stars refuse to guide, but in the cave of fire the cause fear is cast aside. Younger Futh, dark etched in bone, a prophecy of light. Bjorn wakes asleep in iron to challenge the endless night. Strike the earth fastened and bid the sparks fly high. Thor's hammer echoes from the bleeding sky, from the meltwater of mountains to the heart of the flame. A biter of shields rises shouting his name. By the blood of the brave and the runes of the wise, we forge the light that never dies.
The dance of fire and lightning, the sweat of war falls on the glowing skin. As the berserker's rage begins to well within, Therissa's for the wall, so we low for the sun. The Tiwa's mark is calm before the work is done. A bolt from Asgard strikes the copper spire, merging the mortal soul with the celestial fire.
Through the sifting fog of Niflheim, the spirits start to sing. The Drakker's spine is trembling for the gift the hammers bring. No more a thrall to darkness, no more a slave to fear. The path to Valhalla is suddenly drawn near.
The legacy of ash and light.
The storm recedes to Helheim, the morning starts to go.
tears fall on the fjord's cold face, where the Norns spin threads in a silver embrace. Grey longhouse breathe the oak's ancient gold, as the sunstone waits for the stars to be lost. The sea steed sleeps in the salt of the night. The raven shadow, the raven shadow, black wings of Odin carve the violet sky. A bloat for the harvest where the brave never die. The weird is a river that flows through the bone, from the high seat of John to the gods on their throne. The Valkyries call, the forge of fate, raise the shield wall, let the iron wind blow to Valhalla's gold halls, where the Aesir bestow. From the mouth of the dragon shall rise, beneath the pale fire of the northern sky. Odin now with Allah. Steel and sacrifice, the berserker's breath is the frost on the blade. Where the Mjolnir is hammered, no debt is unpaid. The whale road is calling the calls from the shore, to trade the quiet heart for the thunder of war. Blood is the dew on the meadows of steel. A loom of souls, we are but dust in the Erlurg's design. Between Helheim's mist and the stars that align, the runes on the stone tell of glories and scars. We sail by the light of the sunstone and stars. The vanishing sail. The Tagalarpa weeps as the shadows grow long. The daughter of Kattegat sings the Skald song. The North Sea swallows the sun's golden fleece, leaving the brave to their weird and their peace. the sunstone sleeps and the light is ignored. I sit by the pine smoke, a ghost in the cave, watching the Norns weave the path to my grave. My hair is the snow upon Hecla's cold hide, reading the runes in the embers of night. The loom of fate, the bone flute whispers of shadows long gone, between the Aesir's dusk and the Valkyrie's dawn.
Odin, now either on the Odin owns you all.
The great serpent coils round the neck of my lyre, as the wind pulls me closer to the heart of the fire.
Hey! I've tasted the meat of the wise and the blood of the shield. Across the whale where the tracker must yield, I seek not the gold of the Jarls or the kings, but the peace that the raven's dark shadow now brings from the shield wall's thunder to the silence of hell.
Let the sagas remember what the iron couldn't tell. Remember the longhouse, the boar twined oak, before the brain biter through the shield rim broke. The sweat of war stained the white of the drift, as the berserker's rage gave the spirit a lift. We rode the waves steep through Aegir's cold breath, smiling at Thor in the face of our death. The threads are now thin, the Urlug is spun, the battle is ended, the blood is all done. I see the Bifrost in the northern lights dance, a warrior soul in a poet's last howl. The fire turns to ash, the long ship is near, sailing through mists with no shadow of fear. My voice is the echo that the mountains shall keep, while the thralls and the carls in the valley soil sleep. The saga remains in the dark of the deep. Fjords, jagged teeth, where the Akar sleeps in the salt spray's breath. Bjorn seeks the eye of the sky in his hand, turning his back on the Saxons' looted land. The Jarl's hall glows with the railroad's price, but a new weird flickers in the Northman's eye. rest on the bed of the serpent, a storm of spears in the drum's hollow sound. We offer the blood, the dew of the sword shall spill to bind the Aesir to our ironclad will. Wings of timber, heart of steel. Oh, horse of the sea, ride the wind's cold path. Far from the North Sea, from Odin's fierce wrath, from the halls of Valhalla to the gates of gold. A story of silk and steel is yet to be told. Tell me, black eyes. Tell me, black eyes. Tell me, black eyes. Tell me, black eyes. The river dies where the great falls roar. We feed the wolves with the sweat of the oar. Carls and berserkers, shoulders raw and red, lay in forest bones where the dragons must tread. Across the roost plains, the wooden beast groans, carving our names into the earth's ancient stone. The spear dempsey to the nave flutes cry under the jewels of the nights in a Caspian sky. No longer the shield wall, but the merchant's hand, trading bear skins warmth for the glow of the sand. The Norns weave a thread of crimson and gold, a tale that Helheim shall never hold. The sun steed sets on a horizon of red. A silken banner flies where the long ship led. The scouts shall sing of the silk path's breath, a victory greater than a glorious death. So we wrote, the East has been won. Oh, a shroud of ash where the old father's eye note on the gleams. Winds from the north carve the fjord of broken dreams. Inside the longhouse, the wheel-road's traveler sits in gloom, while the breath of the ice giant frost seals the village's doom. Bellandu valleys in Kemo, waving a weird, a wingless raven falls, a herald of the Norns' cruel design. Upon the bloodstone, the runes begin to weep in crimson light.
the path of joy, where no sunlight stays. I'd Laxla Vegvísir, seeking paths through the bone-wide haze. The gates of Helheim, where you weave a web of iron and biting frost. Through the hall of the Pale Queen, I seek the soul I lost, and no Valhalla calls my name. No feast of Aesir in the sky. I am the storm bird warrior who chooses where to die. Nostrand where the serpent's spit turns to ice. I offer no silver, for my lifeblood is the only prize. The Jalabrushoda's gold roof, but colder than the grave. Mudgood stands silent, watching the wolf of the wave. Sailors, behave, I raise my voice of thunder. Throat singer against a silent dead. The urn's coils rife like vipers beneath my freezing skin. The Urlug is written, where do the living end and the dead begin? I see her shadow, a mist-born ghost in the gates of bone, but the iron shackles on hell claim what is hers alone. Sun guy upon the floor of eternal rhyme, a final blot of breath echoing through the halls of time. The Drakkar of souls departs, leaving awake behind only the sorrow of the scouts for the love that fate entwined.
The fjord's cold breath haunts the Yorkshire, where the sunstone fails and the sky lays bare. No longhouse fire, no meat, no mead, only the weird and the hunger for the deed. The North Sea ghosts in the ironclad breast, as the Drakkar's children face their final rest.
A lone raven perches on the mast of bone, shadows of Aesir on the stepping stones. The Norns are weaving with threads of blood, as the horse of the wave sinks in Saxon mud. Harold stands tall, a giant of ice,
ready to pay the blot's heavy price.
Cross the bridge where the shield wall breaks, for the glory of Odin, for the souls he takes. Let the runes be carved in the English clay. The air of dragons is fading away.
Through the Bifrost light, where the Valkyries fly, a Viking's honor shall never die. One lonely berserker, a mountain of scars, defying the god once and under the stars. No mail shirt needed, just the Danak swing. Hear the lures cry, hear the iron ring. The sweat of war flows in the Derwent's bed, as cows and jaws pile the mountain of dead.
Betrayal from below, a hidden spear sting. The Urlug tightens around the great king. Hardrada falls, the sky is still. A red moon rises over Killing Hill.
The younger Futhark bleeds on the stone. The Northmen stand, and they stand alone.
Oh, the Nar is burning on the distant shore. The age of the wolf is a myth of yore. Echoes of scalds in the winter wind sigh, under the Helheim or the open sky.
The bridge is silent, the saga is spun. The setting of the last northern sun. Deep into the limestone fjord, where shadows swallow the whole of the Jarl. Beside the hearth in silence sits the thrall, while I spin the wool for the wave steed's lord. Red stands the altar from the midnight bloat. I cast the runes of Algis in the ash, but Hagala's rise is where the embers clash, as the old father Odin weaves the lot. For weird is spun on the loom of the deep, where the battle sweat rains on the iron shore. To the golden halls of Valhalla he will soar, amongst the Aesir where no mothers weep. The wave stallion breaks on the North Sea tide. A storm of swords shatters the shield wall. Hear the berserker roar before the fall, feeding the ravens with a warrior's pride. Beneath the great roots the three sisters stand, Urdvard schooled with bone shears in hand. Not to the shadows of Helheim he descends, but Urlug decrees where the crimson thread ends. For weird is spun on the loom of the deep, where the battle sweat rains on the iron shore. To the golden halls of Valhalla he will soar, amongst the Aesir where no mothers weep. The sunstone shatters, the vision fades pale. No tears for the fallen, only the scald's tale. The bone flute whispers to the freezing night. My son greets the dawning glorious light. Hunting the warriors alive. The fjord giants standing frozen sleep. In the grey North Sea, the secret's deep. The longhouse breathes the smoke of pine, where earnest serpents in wood and twine. The thralls are burdened by the winter's bite, as the sunstone bleeds in the pale dawn light. A black-winged shadow on the Drakkar mast. The Norns are weaving, the lot is cast. Odin whispers of the lands to find. Morning leaves the hearts walk behind. Roy the sea steed through the salt and gale, under the rune-carved mast and the iron sail. From the shield walls thunder to the Valkyries' cry. A Jarl seeks glory where the bold men die. By the Aesir's will let the hammers ring. In the halls of Valhalla the scouts shall sing. Strike iron in the forge's red glare. The scent of blood hangs heavy in the air. No words for the rabble, no peace for the weak. Only the blood ice on a frozen cheek. The wolf bird bites through the southern shield. To the weird of the sword all kings must Stars are the eyes of the ancestors lost. The Urlug is written whatever the cost. From Helheim's shadow to the golden throne, the path of the great is walked alone.
The Vikings' only home.
The fjord is a throat choked with salt and wood smoke, where Drakkar slumber, their dragon heads cold. A raven of Odin, with ice stained in slaughter, watches the calls as the omens unfold. The sky shield is litten, no stars for the seeker, only the breath of hell, freezing the bone.
The call of the Norse, the Jarl's Nefada pieces are shattered in silence. A whisper of wind in the creak of the hull. They list the bone of the hawk to his parched lips. The sunstone is heavy, a carved in stone.
Oh soul, hidden daughter behind the cloud wall, guide the sea steed through the North Sea's wide foam, through the blue fire's hunger and the spirited waves. We carve the runes of the brave on our path to the throne from the depths of hell, and we rise to the light, led by the crystal.
Titan in fury, shields on the gun wall are bitten by frost. Berserker hearts thunder against the black water in the dwelling of Edger, where mercy is lost. No eyes of the night sky to guide our long journey, only the sweat of the brow and the salt of the deed. The mist is a shroud, but the spirit is fire. Eric holds high, the light bringers fall. The sunstone awakes, a spark in the darkness, a splinter of Valhalla in a world made of stone. The sunbeam pierces the lead shield of heaven.
The fjord is far behind, the new land is breathing, the sunstone grows cold on the high seat of old. We leave but a whisper, a song for the scouts of the horses of sinking,
And the heart's made of gold.
oh soul, hidden daughter behind the cloud wall, guide the sea steed through the North Sea's wide foam, through the moonfire's hunger and the spirited waves. We carve the runes of the brave on a path to the throne from the depths of hell, and we rise to the light, led by the crystal. E-I-O, haunting Mayo, oh Mayo.
The great fjord awakes under Odin's cold side, where soon we chokes the light from the sky. No vung vung on a coddle's weary hand, just the sweat of the earth for this bitter land. The bone singer calls through the longhouse smoke as the daughter of Ash dies in the heart's yoke.
The raven circles a shadow of Odin's thought of the long winter's white terror. We read the runes carved in the sleeper of earth. The weird is a path we must walk all alone.
We are the calls, the steers of the soil. In the field of shields we find our toil. By Thor's heavy hammer we break the stone's pride. With Freyr's golden blessing we have nothing to hide. From the North Sea's spray to the fjord's deep vein, our blood rain falls to conquer the grain. Conquer the grain. The wood biter screams against the ancient oak, in a shield wall of labor through the timber and smoke. The berserker of hunger, the grey walker appears, but a coddle knows no hot cold in his ears. Steel meets the moon dog's throat in the mud of blood for the furrow, a tribute of blood. The Norns weave the urlug, the thread thin and red between the world of life and the path of the dead. Our sea steed waits by the silver of waves, but today our glory is the land that we save.
The sunstone is dark, the heavens candles shine bright as the blood fires flicker in the north winter night. We leave no sagas of gold or of kings, but the gold of the field that the springtime brings. Rest now.
fjord where stone giants keep their sleep. The North Sea breathes a shroud of valor mist so deep. The Jarl's Hall whispers, honey wine turns to ice, as the wind weaves a pattern, a cold and dark device. The Conan of the sea waits in the biting gate, under the gaze of Odin's bird, silent and pale. The sunstone is blinded, the stars refuse to guide, but in the cave of fire the call's fear is cast aside. Younger forth hark ancient bone, a prophecy of light. Bjorn wakes the sleeping eye to challenge the endless night. Strike the earth fast and anvil, let the sparks fly high. Thor's hammer echoes from the bleeding sky, from the meltwater of mountains to the heart of the flame. A biter of shields rises, shouting his name. The blood of the brave and the runes of the wise, we forge the light that never dies. As the berserker's rage begins to howl within. Reserves for the wall, so we low for the sun. The Tiwa's mark is carved before the work is done. A bolt from Asgard strikes the copper spire, merging the mortal soul with the celestial fire. Through the sifting fog of Niflheim, the spirits start to sing. The Drakkar's spine is trembling for the gift the hammers bring. No more a thrall to darkness, no more a slave to fear. The path to Valhalla is suddenly drawn near.
Erlich destiny, the legacy of ash and light. The storm recedes to hell high. The morning starts to go, the legacy in silver and ancient stories told. The scouts will sing of Bjorn and the blade of azure blue. The thunder of the north,
the piano's tears fall on the fjord's cold face, where the Norns spin threads in a silver embrace. Grey longhouses breathe the oak's ancient ghost, as the sunstone waits for the stars to be lost. The sea steep sleeps in the salt of the night. that flows through the bone. From the high seat of Jarl to the gods on their throne.
Hark the Valkyries call.
The forge of fate, raise the shield wall, let the iron wind blow. To Valhalla's gold halls where the Aesir bestow. From the mouth of the dragon shall rise beneath the pale fire of the northern sky. Waiting either Allah.
Steel and sacrifice is the frost on the blade. Where the Mjolnir is hammered, no debt is unpaid. The wayload is calling, the calls from the shore. To trade the quiet heart for the thunder of war. Blood is the dew on the meadows of steel. We are but dust in the Erlug's design. Between Helheim's mist and the stars that align. The runes on the stone tell of glories and scars. We sail by the light of the sunstone and star. The Tarkel harper weeps as the shadows grow long. A daughter of Kattegat sings the Skald song. The North Sea swallows the sun's golden fleece, leaving the brave to their weird and their peace. To the teeth of the fjord where the sunstone sleeps and the light is ignored. I sit by the pine, smoke a ghost in the cave, watching the Norns weave the path to my grave. My hair is the snow upon Hekla's cold hide, reading the runes in the embers of night.
The loom of fate, the loom of fate.
Flute whispers of shadows long gone, between the Aesir's dusk and the Valkyrie's dawn. The great serpent coils round the neck of my lyre as a weird pulls me closer to the heart of the fire.
I've tasted the mead of the wise and the blood of the shield. Across the way road where the tracker must yield. Oh, I seek not the gold of the jaws or the kings, but the peace that the raven's dark shadow now brings. From the shield walls thunder to the
silence of hell. Let the sagas remember what the iron couldn't tell. Hey!
The boar twined out before the brain biter through the shield rim broke. The sweat of war stained the white of the drift as the berserker's rage gave the spirit a lift. We rode the wave steed through Aegir's cold breath, smiling at Thor in the face of our death.
The web unbound,
the threads are now thin, the leg is spun. The battle is ended, the blood is all done. I see the Bifrost in the northern lights dance, a warrior's soul in a poet's last trance. Oh,
the fire turns to ash, the long ship is near, sailing through mist with no shadow of fear. My voice is the echo that the mountains shall keep, while the thralls and the carls in the valley soil sleep. The saga
in the dark of the deep. Cold mist clings to the fjords' jagged teeth, where the dragon sleeps in the salt spray's breath. Bjorn seeks the eye of the sky in his hand, turning his back on the Saxons' looted land. The Jarl's hall glows with the whale road's prize, but a new it flickers in the Northman's eyes. Fly over the grave. The runes are cast on the bed of the serpent, a storm of spears in the drum's hollow sound. We offer the blood, the dew of the sword shall spill, to bind the Aesir to our ironclad will. Wings of timber, heart of steel, a horse of the sea. Ship, ride the wind's cold path, far from the North Sea, from Odin's fierce wrath, from the halls of Valhalla to the gates of gold. A story of silk and steel is yet to be told. Tell Niklagas, tell Niklagas. The river dies where the great falls roar. We feed the wolves with the sweat of the oar, causing berserker shoulders raw and red, laying forest bones where the dragons must tread. Across the Rus plains the wooden beast groans, carving our names into the earth's ancient stones. The weaving of wheels, the weaving of wheels. The spirit invades into the nave, flutes cry under the jewels of the night in a Caspian sky. No longer the shield wall man trading bear skins worn for the glow of the sand. The Norns weave a thread of crimson and gold, a tale that Helheim shall never hold. The sun steed sets on a horizon of red, a silken banner flies where the long ship led. The scouts shall sing of the silk path spread, a victory greater than a glorious death. So we roll.